everybody. Welcome back to another episode of, or another video by CLAldridgeArt. This is being filmed at about 6:05 a.m. on Wednesday. So it is officially the day past my birthday. And I've had an interesting couple of days. Monday was kind of an ordinary day. I streamed on Sunday, and I apologize for the video being cut off early. But as it turned out, it was really perfect timing again because May came up just a few minutes later. But I do want to apologize that we lost the signal. And then, of course, on excuse me, on Monday, I received the nicest note from Sean at Color and Canvas that he had officially switched his streaming days to, I believe it's Mondays and Thursdays. And I just want to say that, he did not have to write to me and tell me that. I think it's a really classy thing for him to have done. And I want to go on the record by saying that I really appreciate that he left off a Sunday stream and is going with Mondays and Thursdays. And of course, I will be watching his channel. I hope that all of you will be too. For those who want to know, he broadcasts at 8 p.m. GMT on Mondays, which translates to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. And you'll need to do your own calculation back on that, or I can tell you that it's noon Pacific Standard Time. And then he's on at 10 p.m. GMT on Thursdays, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hopefully, with the general times in mind, you too can tune in to his show. He really is a charming young man and a brilliant colorist, and that is, I believe that the name of his channel is Color with the U, Color and Canvas. It could be Color with Canvas, but I think it's Color and Canvas. At any rate, I'll put a link down below because I'm nice that way, and we should support each other. The other thing I wanted to say is a huge thank you for the birthday gifts that have arrived both Monday and today, and or actually Monday and Tuesday, my birthday. And I wanted to show you some of the things. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is a Cosori. It's called Cosori. I saw this. Deb got one of these, and I thought it was so cool. It's to keep your coffee hot. And this is perfect for me when I'm streaming because it's, I don't want to get up and run to the kitchen every 15 minutes to heat my coffee back up. So this is so cool. And this came from the most wonderful Susie at Susie's Coloring Cottage. And this is Susie. They sent it gift wrapped, of course. And this is the box. And so this is the thing, and this is what it looks like. And basically what it is a little hot plate. And it's got a metal cup that's got all sorts of, safety things on it so that you don't burn yourself. I did learn the hard way that it comes and it will heat up to 220 degrees. And I put cream and sugar in my coffee, and I kept getting this sort of, film on the top of the copy. But once I turned it down to 185, it keeps the copy inside at about 140, and that's the perfect temperature for me. So you have to kind of experiment with it. But what a cool gadget, and thank you so very, very much, because that is one of the blessings in life, is a cup of coffee that stays hot. So I am so thrilled with this. Also, and this is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely amazing, and it explains how I finally got my new dragon to live inside the circle where I wanted him to live. Now, the problem that I was having is that I was not able to redraw my sketch. And this was my original sketch of him. And no matter how many times I tried to put it in this circle, I was not able to get the perspective just right. And so I kept having to erase and erase and erase and erase. I finally got frustrated with it, and I put a light box, which I had seen over on Dee Dee Willingham's site on my wish list. And Shara, the wonderful Shara, sent it to me, and this is what it looks like. And what it does is it basically provides an illuminated window, and I apologize for the glare, but what I'm trying to do, and I don't have a plug for it right now, a USB plug. Well, I do, but it's on the other side of the computer. So plugs into my computer, and it uses only about 3 volts of power, but it's ultra thin. I mean, look at this, guys. Look at how thin this is. And it lights up like a window. And I put the sketch. I really want to show you this. Hang on, let me go over to the other side here and see if I can access the USB port. There it is. Okay, so it lights up like that. You put your sketch, put your piece of paper, and you can sketch anything. And we'll do, like, let's say that we wanted to put this one in down there. I could do that, and it's got a brightness setting, so you can make it brighter. Oh, and it there, you can see it better with the light out. And whiz bang, the next thing I know, whoops, way to screw up the camera, he went to live where he belonged, which meant that I could draw in the cave and, his tail, and finish up all the details that were not in the rough sketch. And so I am thrilled that a new dragon drawing is closer to completion. This one is no closer to completion because, let me finish with the things that arrived on Monday. And so thank you, Shara. This is such a useful tool for an artist to have. And it will save me hours and hours and hours of frustration. And the other thing is that the gift bag that it came in is absolutely perfect for storing it. So I just do that and put it over on the side of my desk with my other tools that are useful, that I use every day. And then the last thing that arrived on Monday was, and this was, sorry about the blurriness there. I was dev-abled, and dev-abled is the official word that we've assigned to anything that we see over at the Modernist Colorist. I was dev-abled to this book. It is by an artist named Dennis Preston. I've done a little bit of study on him since this book arrived on Monday. Dennis is a self-published author, publishes through KDP, just like I do, through Amazon. This is the best of his coloring books, the best of drawings, volume 1. He has, I think there's 5 or 6 books out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see there's 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are Critters, Creatures, and Cuties, Dens, Doodles, Twofers, Preston Potpourri, and Preston Potpourri 2. So, but these are the drawings. They are bizarre. They are fabulous. This guy is an amazing artist. And this, I marked this one. This is my favorite, I think. Because whatever this creature is, he's just been killed by happiness. And that is the way that I felt about this birthday. I have not been so blessed on my birthday since I was a little girl. And you guys are, you get me. I mean, you just get me. Your kindness, your generosity, your amazing support of my art and of the things that I do for my channel, and engaging with you in chats and things like that. Okay, so thank you so much, Shannon, because I really love this book, and I can hardly wait to color something in it using those Graphitins. Now, I do want to say that Monday got a little weird on me in that it happens probably once a year, but I took a fall in the house, right here in my office next to my desk. I slammed my head pretty good, and both knees, and I thought for a second that that I might have done some pretty serious damage. I didn't. Everything is fine, and but it shook me up pretty good on Monday night. And I banged I hit my desk chair with a glancing blow, and my ear is bruised. My ear is bruised. Nothing is broken, of course, but it's because I hit it with my ear. Like I said, it was a glancing blow. But it really sort of brought home to me the fact that, disaster happens in the blink of an eye, a fraction of a second, and, something awful could happen. So let's all be thankful for every moment that we get, because I was just shocked. So, at any rate, so then, of course, Tuesday morning, or Tuesday, I guess you could say afternoon, because I do have a tendency, my days sort of begin at weird hours. Tuesday, the Amazon man showed up again. And there is a special little bit. here at the end of this video that I have done just for Melody, because Melody was very concerned, of course, that I would be alone on my birthday and wanted me to have cake. And so she spent a great deal of Sunday's stream, bless her heart, trying to get Amazon to send a cake to me. They couldn't do that because there wasn't one on my wish list, and Melody doesn't have my address. So instead what she did is she put money in my PayPal tip jar and asked me to get a cake so that we could all have it together, and she wanted to sing happy birthday. So I did not, because of what happened on Monday, I did not go out. But I did bake a cake. Actually, I baked cupcakes. And so at the end of all of this, I'll show you the cupcakes that I baked. Okay. The generous and most wonderful Kenny, you know, after all of the things that she has sent me this year at Christmas, throughout, Kenny has just been a huge support to not only myself, but to so many channel owners. She's had one last birthday gift, and look at what it was. Now, I have opened it. It did come sealed in a plastic container, or, you know, a plastic wrap, but I did open it. And of course, this is Nicholas Chandra-Wianata's book. Did you notice how I did that? I had to practice and study for a while before I got it right. Chandra-Wianata. And one of the keys that I have found to names like this is they are very often pronounced exactly the way they're spelled. At least, you know, to our ears. Now, whether or not I said it right, I don't know. But this book is amazing. This apparently is the third reprinting of Fantasia. It is an incredible book. It is put out in 2016 by Phoenix Amulet Publishing. I believe it is Nicholas Chandra-Wianata, otherwise known as Nicholas Filbert's first book. But it is simply incredible. And there are just hundreds, I'm sure there's not hundreds, but it seems like there are at least 100 images in this book. It is simply amazing. Absolutely amazing. There are lots of walkthroughs or flip-throughs of this, so I won't do that. And I'm saving the most wonderful thing for last. My across the street neighbor, one house over from across the street, is just a little sweetheart. She always brings me a little something at Christmas and on my birthday. And so this year she brought this cup with some hot chocolate, Make Mine chocolate, and I just thought that was very sweet of her. And so I have that. And then Sung, who is Little Mai in streams, we see her as Little Mai, knows that I am working on a new book of creatures and fantasy creatures. She asked me to put this book on my wish list, and so I did. And Sung has very kindly sent it to me for my birthday. Now, wait until you see this, guys, and you will know what I mean. I have only looked at the first two drawings in it because I didn't want to screw up my reaction to it, because this is the most delightful thing. This is a book. It's huge, for one thing. It's 8.5 by easily 12, and it is it's called Myth Match, and it is by Good Wives and Warriors. And It is a fantastical flip book of extraordinary beasts. And it is, you might have, I'm just going to read the back of it. It says, you might have heard of the unicorn and the griffin. But what about the unicorn? Mix and match the backs and fronts of the mythical creatures in this fantastical flip book to create even more wondrous beasts of your own. From the Wolpertinger and the Bacanico to the Kraken and the Kian, maybe, Quilin, or Gillen, maybe, yeah, Gillen, it looks like a G though. This mixed-up magical bestiary has over 1,000 possible creations to fascinate, bewitch, and beguile. What a thoughtful gift to give to somebody who is drawing a fantasy creature book full of dragons and things like that. And so you open it up, and like all Good Wives and Warrior illustrations, it is simply charming art. Absolutely charming art done by Lawrence King Publishing. And this, of course, if you look at the two pages, this is a dragon, and it's this divine mythical creature, has a giant reptilian body and tail, and it can control floods and typhoons, the head of a mighty lizard, and, this divine creature, yeah, I should read it right. This divine mythical creature has the head of a mighty lizard, a giant reptilian body and tail, and a covering of glinting scales. It can control floods and typhoons. It stores smoke and red-hot fire. So there is it as it is. So then you flip the page up, and next up is the unicorn. And so there is, of course, a seriously gorgeous, because all of Good Wives and Warriors artwork is gorgeous. And this is why their coloring books are such fun, and why you should study the art that they create in order to be able to color their coloring books, because they look complicated, like the way that this tail is done. And so, there's the unicorn. And there's a griffin. And, so you kind of go on and on. There's a horse. All right, but what if you wanted, that's a Pegasus. Isn't it gorgeous? But what if you wanted a Grippasus or a Pegafin? There's a Pegafin for you. Don't like that? And want perhaps a dragon horse or a Dragsus? Come back. There's a Dragsus. And this is just, oh, here's a Peganix, because that's a phoenix, right? And there's a phoenix. That is both the phoenixes, or the way it's supposed to look. This is simply amazing. And talk about endless ideas. Absolutely endless ideas. Here is the Kraken, which of course we all know is like a giant squiddy looking thing. But maybe you might want to do a Kraken. And maybe you want your dragon to have tentacles. It's just simply amazing. And once again, Good Wives and Warriors, charming, charming art. This is a Gerberis, which is apparently a three-headed dog. So let's see what it would look like if it had a, oh, there you go. How's that for a creature? And look at the, I mean, the artwork is just, and the colors. Just, I mean, just for sheer color palette alone, this book is just incredible. This is an Airavata. It's an Indian mythological creature that has 3 elephant heads and the body and tail of a giant elephant, several tusks and trunks. But let's say you wanted an Era-erg. You could make one of those. This book is simply delightful. Absolutely delightful. And it just goes on and on and on. This is the, I'm just going to show you the illustrations now. This is the Simurg and something called a Gorilia. It's a Gur Ialia. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure I have it right. Okay. And what song? This, my dear, is a home run. Thank you very, very much. I simply adore this. This is a Capricorn. And, ooh, there you go. That would be a Capricorn. But if you wanted it to look like it should be, it's a Baku. And then, of course, ooh, this is something called a, this is an Aztec creature whose name I could not pronounce, but apparently it's got butterfly wings. And you know, obviously some of them go together better than others, but what a clever idea. And it's got this marvelous cardstock, so it's really durable. Of course, it's got the hidden 3-ring binder inside it's hardback, and it's amazing quality. It is just an incredible book, and Sung, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And thank you so much for asking me to put this on my list and then sending it to me. Oh, there's a cool one. That's a Bakaniko. A Japanese creature, has the head of a cat, a forked tail, and walks without making a sound. It can shapeshift into a human, and its true form is revealed under lamplight. And that's a Hodug. Look at how gorgeous the art is. And how gorgeous these color palettes are. Can you imagine pulling these color palettes into your own coloring? This book is just an inspiration on so many levels. Want to make a Fenzodal? That would be what a Fenzodal would look like. This is a Fenrir. Oh, and this is a Qilin. The mystical beast from China has the head of a snake, the body and legs of a giraffe. Wait, what? And a coat of colorful scales. It symbolizes prosperity and will bring you fortune if you see it. Oh, come live at my house. I've had such good fortune. This is an Aztec creature. Look at the baby ones hanging out on its back. This is just an amazing gift. Ooh, wait. Oh. The art in this is just amazing, guys. The bright, beautiful colors. This is the Chimera, or Chimera, depending upon where you're from. This is the Amphis baena, Hampus baena. It's a cool creature. And this is the Nemelion, but you could change it into something else. How about you could do that with it? That would be an Arkan Lion. And this is an Arkan Sunny, or an Arkan Sony. This is a Nyami. It's a river spirit from Africa. It has the head of a terrifying fish, the body of a giant serpent, and enormous sharp teeth. It is worshipped by the Tonga people, and it creates whirlpools when angry. Oh, look, and you could make it into a Nyami Chu by adding the basically that looks like the head of an otter. This is a Dobar Chu, which is a Celtic water beast, has the head of a furry otter and the tail of a scaly fish, and is said to be found in lakes. It can be a savage adversary and has a high-pitched, haunting screech. Kind of like my singing. Ooh, there's a good one. Scolopendra, a Grecian sea monster. It's got a whale's head with huge hairy nostrils. And the tail and back legs of a crayfish. Oh, that poor creature. And gigantic clamping or snapping jaws. It sinks ships with its giant tail and can be kept at bay with fire. Really? Oh, and I love how there's a dragon coming out of the wave. And it's got a blowhole. Oh my God. This is just Good Wives and Warriors is because this is what they really do. I mean, coloring books are a sideline for them. What they are is illustrators, and they illustrate books like this, and you know, it's just, oh, this is kind of a dream job too, illustrating books like this. It's kind of what I'd like to do when I grow up. Anybody have a story they want me to illustrate? And this is the Akalut. It's a wild Inuit spirit. It has the head of an orca whale, the strong legs of a wolf, and it's covered in fur. That's interesting. An expert predator. It hunts on land and underwater. This is a Wolpertinger. Ooh. It's got a curious creature. Has the head of a rabbit with long antlers. Chicken's feet. And the tail of a squirrel. And it's covered in colorful feathers. This would be my favorite one. It's got to be my favorite kind of creature. It lives in the Bavarian forest, and it only comes out in the moonlight. I love it. Oh, and look, you could turn it into a Wolperette, which has the head of a hippopotamus. And there, of course, is how it should look, which is the last page in the book. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love this book. Thank you so very, very much. And on that note, everybody, I am going to show you the birthday cake and sing, and then we're going to, I have been informed that there are still things that are arriving for my birthday, but this will be the last sort of birthday video that I make. I do want to say, for those of you who have been so kind and have written and asked me, and I don't know if I can get through this or not. I did hear from my friend today. And so for this year, he is alive and well. Normally our correspondence are, we several years ago, and I won't go into the circumstances that precipitated it, but we basically stopped telling each other the things that go on in our lives. So I don't know if he knows that I am an artist now, because 15 years ago I wasn't. And it has been 15 years since the last telephone conversation that we had. And his story is not mine to tell, and my story with him is one that yeah. In order for me to tell you this story, which I'd be perfectly willing to do, it would be betraying confidences, and I can't actually do that. But he did say that he is fighting a serious illness, and this is the most personal information that he has given me in 15 years. I don't know if he's married. I don't even know where he lives, and that is as we decided by sort of a tacit agreement, as it should be. He does not know anything about my life, unless perhaps he watches my channel, which I've never told him about. Because, like I said, by tacit agreement, we don't tell each other about our lives. It's basically just a check-in. I'm still alive and well, is what he's saying, and he's not well, and so I don't quite know how I'm processing that bit of information. It's good to know, but it is not. It is. I'm going to write back to him this year for the first time, longer than a thank you, for letting me know you're still alive. I'm going to write back to him later. I don't need to know the details, but I can certainly tell him. He said that telling me was the hardest. And I practiced denial all day on reading I saw the words stage 4 and lymphoma, and I stopped reading. And then I did go back in and I read the letter, basically it's 5 sentences, maybe 10. And the news is not tragic. Responded well to chemo. Tumors have all been arrested. Monthly blood tests. Serious condition. But the fight isn't over, I guess, is what and the news is good. I don't know what the prognosis is, but the news is that the treatment worked or is working, and that's good. So, none of us is guaranteed tomorrow. Absolutely none of us is guaranteed tomorrow. So that is kind of how I am approaching this bit of news. This is somebody that I do dearly love. We have very good reasons for staying out of each other's lives. And I don't want that to sound weird, because it's not weird. It's just how it has to be. And but it was sad news. And so I'm sort of sitting with it and processing it, which is why I didn't make this video sooner today. And so all I can really do is hope that next year the letter comes in, and if it doesn't, I will know why. And I guess that's really, that is in its own way a gift. And I don't want to end this on a downer because it isn't a downer type of thing. It is a human type thing. It is a thing that all of us have to face, our own mortality and all of that kind of good stuff. So you guys have just been such a support and a wonderful place for me to go and talk and show you things, and hopefully we will continue to bring brightness into each other's worlds, and that is what I want this channel to be about. Yes, I want to sell you my art, but I also want it to be a refuge for all of us, myself included. So, from my little dragon to all of you, color something pretty. Thanks for watching, and stand by for the cake. And yeah, I can hear you singing happy birthday. This particular part of this video is for the dear Melody. Melody was concerned that that I would not have a birthday cake, and so she tried to send me one through Amazon, but because it's not on my wish list, they couldn't send it to me, and so I wanted to let you know, Melody, that that you can sing happy birthday to me if you would like. And I brought enough for everybody. So, I'm listening as everybody sings. I can never get the notes right on happy birthday. I always sound like, a frog in the bottom of a glass. But I just was so charmed by the idea that you wanted to send me a cake. And so I have, these are carrot cupcakes, by the way, carrot cake cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. And I absolutely adore them. And let's eat cake, everybody. I'll be back with more of this video. Now, of course, the other thing she wanted me to do was eat it in front of you. And so basically what I did, guys, is I baked these last night, and then I put them in the freezer because if I have that much cake sitting readily available on the counter, alone or not, they will be gone, and my waistline will expand accordingly. And so what I do is and single people might want to try this, bake cupcakes and then put them in the freezer. If you freeze them before you put them in any kind of a bag, and your frosting won't all stick together. And then put them in a bag, single layer, on your shelf in your freezer, and then you can have a piece of cake whenever you want, maybe not 4 or 5 in a day. And it is very, very yummy. Happy birthday to me.